All right, what's up? Looking at the coin market cap like usual, we've had a bit of activity since my last video. Things are looking pretty good. You can kind of feel the jubilance in the air. Would you agree? Don't forget, give me a like, subscribe, the usual, as I'm trying to grow this little channel. Okay, it's about a $40 billion increase in the total market cap right now, which is pretty sweet. BTC is rocking along, 40 billion in volume. Look at that line, looks great. I'm not in Dash. If you watch my other video of my story with Dash, you'll know what happened. Anyway, I'm always fascinated by it though, because it turned out to be such an interesting coin. Dash, unbelievable, huge, massive, 54%. It's at 130 USD. I mean, that's amazing. Now, there's always a lot of talk that Dash is used down in Venezuela, which has been going through a massive financial crisis of insane hyperinflation. Of course, it's not that the place has ever been amazing. In the crypto space, the news is spun one way, and then in the mainstream, it's spun another way. So, we have to always remember that take all information in with a grain of salt, because in the end, it really is just information that's being presented to us through various mediums and different sources. So I myself have no idea what is 100% real versus what isn't, what's true, what's not true, what's kind of true. That's the way I like to look at it. I like to take a wide angle lens and think about the big picture. So when you read about stuff, you can get to mainstream sites like Investopedia or Bloomberg, which I look at sometimes. And then there's all the crypto news sites, which favor crypto and spin everything that way, right? Of course. I mean, this is a person who favors crypto here saying this. There's always more to it. This Bloomberg article that shows their misery index for inflationary economies. Take a look here. You'll see Venezuela at the top by a huge margin. That's insane. I don't know what the time is for how long it takes for prices to double. I'm sure we can find that out. I remember reading about Hungary post-war, which was another extreme case of hyperinflation, and that was 15 hours for prices to double. The countries below that, Argentina, South Africa, Turkey, Greece, Ukraine, Spain. I was just in Spain too. Spain's awesome. Uruguay, Brazil, Serbia, Saudi Arabia. Venezuela, not doing well. People say that they're using Dash down there or using crypto. I don't know to what extent that is, but it could be affecting the price and the interest in the coin. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash, 1.37%, 5 billion in volume. Bitcoin Diamond, 60%. Whoa. Bitcoin Gold, 60%. Dash, there it is, 55%. Bitcoin Diamonds are really rocking, huh? And Zcash, killing it. There's Binance Coin again. I can't use Binance because I'm in New York. You can watch one of my other videos about that whole fiasco and how obnoxious and annoying that is, and the whole KYC thing is in general. In this news, this again, U.S. Congress looking at roles, crypto internet in funding hate crimes. I mean, it's the same theater. Spinning it this way because you got to take a look at how bad crypto is, right? Just out of curiosity, let's just peek at this article really quick. January 15th, hearing, the FSC Subcommittee on National Security, International Development, and Monetary Policy has examined how U.S. financial institutions can combat domestic terrorism, extremism, and acts of hate. Titled A Persistent and Evolving Threat, an Examination of the Financing of Domestic Terrorism and Extreme, the hearing featured 5 witnesses reporting on various fundraising methods used by organized domestic extremists. Fundraising tool for hate crimes. Jared Maples, director of the New Jersey Office of Homeland Security and Preparedness, the first witness to address the matter in the hearing, stressed that the U.S. authorities should be closely looking to the use of crypto in funding acts of domestic extremism, noting that foreign terrorist organizations have used Telegram and Facebook to solicit funding through Bitcoin. The official listed a number of incidents that involved the cryptocurrency. Hate groups and terrorist organizations are going to do whatever they have to do to get funds. I'm still going to maintain that cash is the absolute number one value exchange. I love looking at this. The reward halving countdown. We got an ETA of May 12th, 118 days. I'm sure a lot of you look at this and are following this, paying attention to this. I'm not going to sit here and be like, yes, it's going to be the be all end all, and all of a sudden there's going to be a $50,000 $1,000 Bitcoin. Although I did listen to a podcast recently with a very interesting guest who was talking about the valuation of BTC at around 50K. It was a podcast from Anthony Pompliano. Check that out. I'll put a link below. What I was going to say is that the block reward halving countdown, whatever it's going to be, I'm just curious. It's still something interesting will happen because there's going to be a huge change in BTC mining. So it's always fun to check it out. In other news, different regulations that are going to begin as per the anti-money laundering directive. As someone who lives in one of the most highly regulated crypto arenas, I'm always paying attention to what it's like in other places, other parts of the world, other parts of my home country in the USA or wherever. Among the cases the SEC dealt with last week is one concerning Telegram. The agency has gotten a break in this case when the Southern District Court of New York ordered the company on Monday to hand over its bank records by February 26. Secondly, the SEC is seeking more than $16 million in disgorgement plus civil penalties in a case targeting Icobox and Nikolai Evdokimov. Thirdly, the agency charged Donald G. Blackstead and two entities he controlled on January 8th with engaging in the fraudulent offer and sale of over $3.5 million of securities. And we scroll down here to my area and look at this. In the state of New York, Governor Cuomo has proposed amending the state's financial service law to place crypto companies on an even footing with other financial services companies. Entities licensed under the insurance law or banking law are required to pay assessments to the state's Department of Financial Services to cover the cost of examination and oversight. However, crypto companies are not required to pay such assessments despite being subject to similar examination and oversight requirements. So that's even worse for crypto companies. Yeah. Then you got China prioritizes and tests digital currency, advances commercial blockchain. Japan's new leverage rule. South Korea for mainstream crypto. Initiative in Crypto Valley of Asia. I mean, there is a lot going on. Look at this. In Philippines, a plan to build an airport is underway in the Crypto Valley of Asia. I mean, that's pretty cool. In India, the state of Kerala is positioning itself as the blockchain hub of India. I mean, there's just a lot going on. It's pretty amazing. I also wanted to talk about a couple books that I think are amazing reads. Many of you may have already read these. They've been around for a few years. But Cryptoassets is a great book. I recommend checking out the audiobook if you don't have the time to read it necessarily, or you already have a huge list of books to read like I do. Meditative Observance about crypto. Highly recommend that book. I don't know if any of you have read it out there. You want to make a comment on it, feel free. I'd love to know what you think about it, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I also love this book, The Book of Satoshi. Very cool book. It's got the writings of Satoshi, the alleged Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever that is. That debate is massive, and everybody seems to think they know who it is. I know who it is, by the way, but I'm not going to say. Just checking out the writings and just how incredibly thoughtful level of insight. It's so huge and really will help you to appreciate the scope of the Bitcoin project, how it's affecting us, and there's more and more people getting into this space every day, and we're about to see a big jump, so it's gonna affect everything. But anyway, yeah, this is a really, really cool book, The Book of Satoshi. I highly recommend it. I just also want to say there that you can definitely feel the bulls coming and the market excitement. I don't think I'm alone in feeling that. Would you agree? All right, until next time, have a good one.